You wake before the sun rises, your back aching slightly from the cold stone beneath your sleeping mat of furs. The cave is silent except for the rhythmic breathing of your tribe. You sit up slowly, listening outside. The wind whispers across the dry plains. Today you must hunt. You move quietly, careful not to disturb those still sleeping. The embers of last night's fire have dimmed, glowing faintly in the dark. You add a few dried twigs and blow gently, coaxing it back to life. Sparks leap up, and soon a small flame dances before you. Its warmth is a comfort in the morning chill. You eat a handful of dried berries and roots from a pouch tied at your waist. There is little time for more. You gather your tools, a flint knife, a water skin made from animal bladder, and your favorite spear, its shaft worn smooth by your hand. The sky is shifting now, turning from ink to pale blue. You glance at the stone wall where crude carvings mark seasons, hunts, and victories. They remind you of those who came before, and of the duty that rests on your shoulders. You walk to the mouth of the cave, where your hunting brothers wait in silence. No words are needed. You nod, they nod back. The hunt begins, not with shouts or celebration, but with discipline, with understanding. Each of you carries generations of survival in your bones. Your bare feet strike the earth, rhythmically as you move across the open plain. The wind carries with it the scent of dry grass and distant herds. You pass thorny bushes and ancient trees whose twisted roots crack the ground. A hawk circles above, searching just as you are. You are not the only predator here. You keep your senses open, ears alert for distant hooves, eyes scanning for the smallest movement. The others fan out slightly, each one taking a role in the unspoken pattern you followed since youth. As you crest a ridge, your eyes land on tracks in the dust, fresh, sharp, and headed east. You crouch, touching the print. It's a lone boar, heavy and wounded, judging by the uneven depth of its steps. Prey like this can be dangerous. A cornered animal fights with fury, but it's also easier to bring down. You signal to the others with a flick of your wrist. The group shifts directions silently. The chase is not always fast. Sometimes it is slow. A game of patience. You move like ghosts, shadows on the sand. Soon you hear it grunts, snorts, and the sound of something crashing through brush. You lower your body, heart pounding. One hunter circles wide to cut off escape. Another prepares a net woven from sinew. You grip your spear tighter. The moment is close. You breathe in deeply, grounding yourself in the present. No room for fear. No space for hesitation. This is what you were born into, the pulse of the hunt, the bond of your tribe, and the sacred cycle of taking only what is needed. You step forward. It begins. You step out into the pale morning light. The sky is soft pink, the air still. You wrap your bare hide cloak tighter around your shoulders and lift your flint-tipped spear. The others join you, 5 men, all hardened by survival, each carrying weapons carved with care. You set out on foot, walking miles over cracked ground and dry brush. You know this land like your own body, where the deer wander, where the predators hide, where danger and food often share the same space. The sun climbs higher, and the heat licks your skin. Hours pass before you see movement ahead. A herd of deer grazes near a dried riverbed. You freeze. Every breath, every heartbeat slows. You signal to the others with a raised hand. Like shadows, you all begin to spread out. encircling the prey. Your feet move with care, barely touching the earth. Each step is calculated, silent, deliberate, around you. The others do the same, fanning out across the ridge like branches of a tree, guided by instinct and years of survival. You keep your eyes on a young deer near the edge of the herd, grazing near a withered tree. It is smaller, isolated, distracted, ideal. The older stags raise their heads from time to time, sniffing the wind. You hold your breath when they do. The air hangs heavy with tension. One wrong sound, one misplaced step, and the opportunity will vanish like smoke. You inch closer, muscles coiled like rope, your heart pounding in your ears. The dryness in your mouth is not from thirst, it is focus, pure and sharp. You can almost feel the pulse of the animal. You imagine the spear in your hand flying true, sinking deep. A signal comes from your left, one of the elders lifts his spear ever so slightly. It's time. You move quickly now, rising from the low brush with a burst of speed. The others do the same. Cries erupt. The young deer darts left-right into the trap. Two hunters block its path, forcing it to turn toward you. It's fast, too fast. You give chase, legs pumping, ... The world a blur of dust and sun. The deer zigzags, desperate, afraid. Your body moves without thought, without hesitation. You throw the spear. It cuts through the air and strikes low. Not fatal. The deer stumbles, bleating in pain, but keeps running. You do not stop. Your knife is already in your hand. This is not the end. Not yet. You catch up as it falters again, blood darkening its flank. It tries to rise, but its body is failing. You kneel beside it, breathing heavily. Its eyes meet yours, dash wild ... wide, filled with fear. You place a hand on its side and whisper the old words, the ones your ancestors spoke to the spirits of the forest. The kill is not taken lightly. It is never cruel. It is part of the rhythm of the land, the price of survival. You end its suffering with swift precision. Offering behind you, the others approach. There is no celebration, only quiet respect. You work together, binding the legs, preparing to drag it home. The sun is beginning to dip now, casting the plains in a golden hue. The wind picks up, cooler than before. There will be food tonight. Not just meat, but marrow, hide, tools, warmth, life. You look to the sky, where a lone hawk soars above, and you feel the connection once more between hunter and hunted. Sky and stone, the past and your beating heart. Then a cry. One of the younger hunters stepped on a branch. The deer scatter in panic. You run, lungs burning, legs pounding, chasing one of the smaller ones. The chase is long, brutal, but you know how to outlast. When the deer collapses from exhaustion, your spear finds its mark. You kneel by the fallen animal, whispering thanks to the spirits of the land and beast. This is survival. This is life. You tie the animal to a wooden sled ... and together your group begins the long journey home. As the sun dips low, casting golden light over the landscape, you arrive back at the cave. The children run to greet you. The elders nod in approval. The women prepare the fire. Tonight your people will eat. You sit by the flames, meat roasting, stories being told in low voices. You are tired, but it is a good tired, the kind that comes from knowing you have faced the wild and returned. Tomorrow will bring more challenges, but for now, under the stars, belly full and spear by your side. You rest. You are a hunter. You are alive.